Hey guys, hope everything is going well. You guys know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Alrighty, so I wanted to touch base on this, what I found on Wikipedia, and it's basically the most expensive sports cards. And I've discussed this. Now, I wanted to look back on the Wayback Machine, and you could look at the same website from a few years ago, and there's many other websites, and this is where you could actually dig information on potential hanky panky as well. This is not a hanky panky video, but this is more of, hey, my observations. And what's quite interesting is the record sales pre-pandemic versus today. And as you know, the biggest sale was the Mickey Mantle card, number 311, sold for what, $12.6 million in a SGC 9.5 holder, right? So that was great news for the hobby. Now, the expensive cards in 2019 is quite interesting. Why in 2018 and beforehand? Why I say this is because we're seeing record amount of people spending money on players that have, in my opinion, no intrinsic value, or the card has no intrinsic value. But I'm not telling people how to spend their money, but it just seems really bizarre. Okay. Just a few things that I noticed before the pandemic. Honus Wagner, $3.3 million. PSA 5 sold in 2016 on Golden. You had Mickey Mantle sold what, $2.8 million April 19, 2018 on Heritage. Okay. Those are some big sales beforehand. February 2020, right before the pandemic. It was high-end buyer Nat Turner. This was the highest cost for a modern day card and a basketball card. And I believe that Nat Turner at the time was invested in Golden Auctions, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But LeBron James, Michael Jordan card, Upper Deck Exquisite, Collection Logo Man, 2003, 2004. BGS 8.5, February 2020. Okay. So that is pre-pandemic. Let's look at some other cards here in some big name sports. Okay. We could look at, what's his name? Let's look at this. So a shoeless Joe Jackson card, $600,000, PSA 3.5, sold in February of 2019. $600,000. Okay. $600,000. That's quite interesting. All right. Where you have a guy that should be in the Hall of Fame, but isn't, and his card sold for what? Less than $1 million. And the reason why I show you this is we have stories like this, right? Where man who cleaned Justin Herbert's $1 million card procedure is non-controversial. So this was where I was DMing Darren Ravel, who wrote this article, and I said, hey, look, I've been researching this story very thoroughly. That's what I was saying. And this article had or explained Kurt's Card Care. I don't think it went hard enough after Kurt's Card Care. In my opinion, if it were a stain, then it's probably altered, as I mentioned, but some people don't agree with that, which is fine. But ultimately, guess what? This is a card that was purchased for $1 million. And I think Ravel has the before and after pics, right? And I was told that this sale wasn't $1 million. And this dude always says, hey, talk about your sources in South America and Europe. So for jokes aside, I'll say my source in South America, or my sources in South America and Europe, are saying that this sale didn't go for that much, or didn't go for that $1 million. But still, a high amount was paid for a quarterback that hasn't proven himself yet. Maybe he will one day, but you want to look at a Tom Brady record sale in 2019. Okay. 2019, let's see, maybe Google this. 2019 record sale, Tom Brady. Okay. Look at what this Tom Brady sale sold for. Signed Tom Brady rookie card sales for a record $400,000. Okay. Now, granted, this wasn't that Herbert card wasn't autograph. I understand that some of these prices are varied, but ultimately, you're saying that a Tom Brady card, the guy at that time had won what, 6 championships, 6 Super Bowls, and it sold for $400,000. And now we have this young dude in his 20s, from what I've been told, bought this Herbert card for $1 million. If you believe that sale, I don't believe it was sold for that amount. And you're telling me it's paid more than 3 years ago for a Tom Brady card who's proven himself at the time? So you have to look at the fact that a lot of people are not thinking clearly. And yes, I understand that there were record sales in 21, in February and March of 2021. I get that. But that was a whole different ball game. People were losing their minds, couldn't go out, so they just blew it on cards, add in some government funny money. So it just shows you how irrational people can be. And I believe it is irrational to pay that much amount of money for a Herbert card. Now, there will be cheerleaders in this industry that will, say, oh, this is great. No, it's not great when it's not an all-time legend. Now, Herbert may be a decent quarterback in the future, but is he going to be on the level of a Peyton Manning, a Tom Brady, a Joe Montana? Joe Montana cars don't sell for that much. I mean, let's just think clearly. So, in my opinion, a lot of people have lost common sense. And on top of it, I don't believe these private sales are accurate. That's just my opinion from also what I've been told. And I think the hobby leadership elite get away with a lot because a lot of people are naive and they won't ask questions. And the more digging you do, the more hanky panky you'll find. And people say that, oh man, I need receipts. I find that quite interesting because, it seems that they have a lot of confidence in the Good Old Boy Network. For some reason, they give them more of a free pass than they do to channels that question the official narrative. This is why, in my opinion, regardless of whatever industry it is, if the industry is like a cartel, then these grifters are able to get away with lie after lie after lie, and then use other excuses to come after, channels like mine, which are small, but then there's other bigger channels as well, questioning the narrative. So just want to leave it at that. Just wanted to show you, hey, look, some of the pricing from 2019, if you go back to the Wayback Machine, they're obviously bargains, but at the same time, this doesn't justify people paying $1 million for what's his name? Herbert. And I saw like Jalen Hurts, some of his cards are doing well. All I'll say is that these guys, they're young, they run a lot. They're not going to have long careers as a running quarterback. They have to adjust. And if they do run, they got to get out of the pocket and they got to release the ball very quickly. That's where, the speed could help, not just like running through the middle like Justin Fields. And I like Justin Fields' effort, but that dude is not going to have a long career if they continue to play like that, if he continues to play like that. I mean, you see Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson gets injured now, right? You can't run the way you did at 22. That's just impossible. They have to be more in the pocket passer, or they just got to get out of the pocket and just get rid of the ball as quick as possible, guys. So, anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, guys. Thank you. Bye.